Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome along to Playa Patagonia here at Colchester Zoo. My name's Kirsty. I'm going to be telling you all about our Patagonian sea lions today. They are going to be having a training session with Georgie. So we actually have 5 Patagonian sea lions living here at the zoo. And they all have their very own names and personalities. They're all named after major cities around the world. So we have Sydney, Winnipeg, Atlanta, Milan and Paris. And the 3 girls that we have out here today are Winnipeg with the pink frisbee. She is our cheekiest and smallest sea lion. She's got a very big personality though, very cheeky, very loud, and likes to make sure everybody knows that she's there. With the green frisbee we have Milan, who is our shyest sea lion. She likes to hang back and let the others get on with things, and her favourite thing in the world is to forage, and you'll often find her foraging around, searching for any tasty treats that might be down there. With the blue frisbee we have Paris, who is our largest sea lion, completely ruled by her tummy, and all Paris has to do is look at a piece of fish and she'll put on a few pounds. She can be a little bit of a bossy boots to the others, but they have learned to ignore her quite well. Now I did mention we have 5 sea lions living here at the zoo, so we've also got Sydney in her off show houses, and we also have Atlanta. And Sydney is our sensible sea lion. She goes by the nickname of Super Sydney or Sydney Square because she can jump the highest. She always does things 110% better than the other sea lions. Very much the professional and likes to learn new things. And then Atlanta is quite the opposite. She's a bit of a diva, likes to get her own way all of the time, and basically likes to sunbathe all day long. So on a nice sunny day, you will often find her underneath that waterfall, using the waterfall as her own personal massage. Now, of course, the girls that we've got out here today, they are sea lions. Many people, though, often get them confused for something else, and many of you may already have done this. So put your hands up in the air if you thought you were coming to watch a seal show today. Now, be honest. I know some of you have got smiles on your face there, so you're probably thinking that you are looking at a seal show, but you're not. You're actually looking at a sea lion show. So these are sea lions, and seals are completely different. There are some differences, and once you know those differences, it's like looking at the differences between a lion and a tiger. So Georgie has pointed out the first one, and it's the earlobe. So sea lions have got an external earlobe on either side of their head. If you were looking at a seal, you wouldn't see this, as a seal just has a small hole instead, and the rest of the seal's ear is actually internal. The most obvious difference you can account for between the two though are the flippers, the size of them, and the way they use them. So if you compare the size of your arm from your fingertips all the way to your elbow with the size of our sea lion's front flippers, you will notice that they're roughly the same size. If you were looking at a seal's flipper, it would be quite a different story, as the seal's flipper is more like the size of the palm of your hand, so around 5 to 6 times smaller than that of the sea lion, which means they move differently both in and out of the water. So if we take a look at Paris, she is walking around on all 4, so she is walking like she should do, a sea lion, tucking all 4 of those flippers up underneath herself, walking on all 4, jumping up and down. She can clamber over rocks, and if I was to put her and Georgie in a race, I think we know who would win. It definitely would be Georgie. If we were looking at a seal, however, again it would be a very different story, because their flippers are so much smaller. They actually move very differently, but you don't have to use your imaginations, as Winnipeg is going to show you just how a seal moves on the land. As you can see, a lot less graceful than that of a sea lion. She's shuffling along on her tummy, looking a little bit more like a giant caterpillar or a slug instead. They also swim differently as well, so they move differently in the water. So sea lions, using their big powerful front flippers, can propel themselves along in a breaststroke motion, just like you and me, whereas seals will swim a little bit more like this, moving their hind flippers from side to side, swimming a little bit more like a fish, steering themselves using those smaller front flippers. And then one last difference between a seal and a sea lion is the amount of noise that they make. So seals aren't very vocal at all. They might make the odd grunting sound here and there, whereas sea lions are a lot more vocal. And the common noise that you most associate with sea lions is that honking or that barking sound. But that is a Californian sea lion, so it is a sea lion, but the sea lions we have here are actually Patagonian sea lions, one of the most lion-likeable. So we're going to hear from some of our sea lions now at just how loud that they can be. So that was Milan. As you can hear, she's not quite ferocious like I was thinking of the lion of the land. She is quite a quiet sea lion. She's very much like a bit of a bird there. You heard Winnie though, she's very, very loud. And you probably didn't hear Paris because it's more of a menacing roar. She actually sounds like a dinosaur, so she's very, very scary indeed. But you heard there, no honking, no barking, very much that lion-like roar. But unlike the lion of the land, sea lions, they have got to watch out for some predators, so they aren't the top of the food chain. So we're going to see a few more impressions now from our sea lions, and it's your job out there to guess what the impressions are of. So Winnipeg is taking the first one away, and it's a nice easy one. It is a big grey fishy predator. It's known as a man-eater. There is a very famous film associated with this particular predator. I'm not going to do the theme tune because it will embarrass myself, but I'm pretty sure we've all guessed what it is. So what I'm going to do is count to 3, and I want everyone out there to shout out as loud as you possibly can what you think Winnipeg was pretending to be. So here we go, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Wow, the middle there, give yourselves a round of applause. You were correct, it was of course an impression of a shark. Not any shark, but the great white shark, a very scary predator out there in the wild. But not their only predator. There is something else that would absolutely love to eat the sea lions out there in the wild. And we're going to ask all 3 of our girls to take this one away. So take a little look, and they're going to show you what it is. So this is a marine mammal. It's not a fish. It can measure over 9 meters in length, and it's black and white. Now we've got quite a nice impression there. We're going to get it for an action replay, so take a little look. Parrish really does like to make a splash, so look out for the biggest splash, and hopefully we'll soak Georgie in the process. There we go. So big marine mammal, black and white, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Well done. It was of course an impression of a killer whale, an orca, or if anybody thought dolphin, you are also correct, as the killer whale or the orca is the largest member of that dolphin family, and one of the predators that the sea lions need to watch out for. Luckily enough though, they are very well adapted to their life in the seas and the oceans. They've got many different ways in which to evade these predators, and you're seeing one of those ways now. It's actually known as porpoising. This is where the sea lion will jump in and out of the water, twisting and turning as they go, causing lots of bubbles and lots of confusion. And because sea lions are marine mammals, this means that they can't breathe underwater. So if they were being chased by that big scary shark or that big scary killer whale, the last thing they're going to want to do is stop and take that breath, as of course that could be the last thing they do. So by porpoising, every time the sea lions leave the water, they can take that very important breath in order for them to escape to safety. Sea lions are also very fast in the water, so hopefully they've already outswum that scary predator. But if all that hasn't worked and that killer whale or shark is still hot on their tail, they have got one last thing up their sleeve, and that is to launch their entire body weight up to 3 meters into the air. What goes up comes back down. If they were to land on top of that predator's head, it's going to daze and confuse the predator, once again giving the sea lions those vital seconds that they need to escape to safety. And I think all 3 of our girls deserve a nice big round of applause. So well done to Paris, Winnipeg and Milan, and of course Georgie as well. Now all of our sea lions are available for adoption. Thank you very much, Paris. Got water all the way down my wellies there. All of our sea lions are available for adoption, so if you would like to adopt a sea lion today, all you need to do is head on over to Guest Services and they will give you all the information you need to know. So I mentioned we've got Paris over there, our largest sea lion. We've got Winnipeg in the middle, our cheekiest sea lion. Milan, who is our quietest, Sydney, who is our sensible girl, and Atlanta, who is our diva that loves to sunbathe. So all of them are available, so just head to Guest Services and they will give you all the information you need to know. For now though, from myself and Georgie and our girls, thank you very much for joining us again. I've said that a million times. Enjoy the rest of your day here with us at Colchester Zoo.